so we can make sure you have audio and video? Thank you, sir.
Good morning. This is call number 2020-80285 in the interest of Sophia Simeon. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Samantha Cologne, and I'm the mother.
All right, and sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Alvin Simeon, I'm the father.
And for the state.
Angela Jeffrey Johnner for the Office of the Attorney General.
All right, we've got an original petition and a suit affecting the parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
All right. Let's read them
Thank
into
you.
the record.
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have stipulated to sole managing conservatorship with Ms. Cologne being the managing conservator. Parties have also stipulated to child support in the amount of $190 beginning June 1st of 2021. That the cash medical in this case, Your Honor, will be $49 beginning June 1st of 2021. That a retroactive judgment shall be entered against Mr. Simeon in the amount of $6,384, and that he should pay that at $55 per month beginning June 1st of 2021. And finally, Your Honor, the parties have also stipulated that family violence finding be entered in this case, and also that the non-disclosure of Ms. Cologne's address and phone number not be included in the order.
All right, is that your agreement so far, Ms. Cologne?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Simeon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can't see you, Mr. Simeon. You got to adjust your camera. There you go. All right, so what are the issues?
The issues, Your Honor, for you to decide on is possession and access, geographical restriction, and finally court costs.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you. The estate calls Samantha Iris Cologne. Ms. Cologne, you are the mother of Sophia Leon Simeon, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is Sophia?
She is 2.5.
All right, and the father of your child is Alvin Simeon, is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and when's the last time that Sophia seen her dad?
June or July of 2019.
All right, now as far as visitation, has he ever had her overnight on overnight visits?
No, ma'am.
Has he ever had Sophia unsupervised, just by himself?
One time when we were together for that 1 month in June or July.
Okay, and since that time, he has not had her by himself.
No.
Okay, and so if the court was to order some type of visitation, what would you think an appropriate visitation or possession and access schedule would be in this case?
Supervised visits at a facility.
Okay, and why do you think a supervised visit at a facility is the best thing in this case?
He has anger issues, and when he gets mad, he gets really mad. The last time he did, he flipped over her bassinet and all of her items that belonged to her. He trashed all of her stuff.
Okay. Has there been anything else that would cause you concern for him to have visitation with her if someone was not there?
Other than mine and her safety, no.
Okay. And so if he went to a facility, you would be okay with the court allowing visitation that way?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not okay with any unsupervised overnight visits for him?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you're not okay with any visits outside the facility?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, as far as geographical restriction, do you live in Harris County?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
To your understanding or knowledge, do you know if Mr. Simeon lives in Harris County?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. Do you believe the court should place a geographical restriction on where you live at this time?
No, ma'am.
And why do you think that it's not appropriate to place a geographical restriction on you at this time?
I haven't spoken or seen to or heard from Alvin to me in 2 years.
Okay.
We've moved in around and we've been totally fine.
Okay, so you think the best interest of the child is that no geographical restriction be placed at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a job opportunity somewhere else outside of Harris County right now?
Not at the moment, no, ma'am.
Do you have any family that lives outside of Harris County or any plans to move right now?
I do have family outside of Harris County, but I do not have plans to move at the moment.
Okay, and if court costs are billed in this case, ma'am, who do you believe they should be billed against?
Alvin Simeon.
All right. I have nothing further, Your Honor. I do pass this witness.
Mr. Simeon, do you have any questions for Ms. Colon?
No, sir.
All right.
The state calls Alvin Janaris Simeon Jr. Mr. Simeon, you're the father of Sophia Leon Simeon. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how old is Sophia?
2.5.
Okay. And when's the last time you seen Sophia?
June 2019.
Okay. And as far as visitation, have you ever had her overnight by yourself?
Only when she was like a baby.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Only when she was like a baby.
Okay. And have you reached out to Ms. Cologne to try and do visitation with your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was the outcome of you reaching out to try and do visitation?
No response.
Okay. And you currently don't have her address and phone number, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And why don't you have her address and phone number at this time, sir?
Not from lack of trying. I mean,
Can't understand you,
Oh,
sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that answer.
not from lack of trying. Like I
Not
tried.
from lack of trying. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so if the court was to order some type of visitation, what type of visitation would you like to have in this case, sir?
Unsupervised.
Unsupervised. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You could handle your daughter overnight by yourself, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you think it would be appropriate if the court was to order you to go to a facility for visitation, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. Have you ever had her a couple hours by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was that the same July 2019 when she was a baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, as far as your geographical restriction, do you live in Harris County, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you think the court should place a geographical restriction on where Ms. Cologne should reside?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Do you think it's appropriate that she be restricted to live in Harris and contiguous counties?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then as far as court costs, who do you believe should be ordered to pay court costs in this case, sir?
Samantha.
Okay. I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I do pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Colon, do you have any questions for Mr. Simeon?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Ms. Jeffries?
I would actually like to recall Ms. Cologne, if I could, just for one quick question, Your
Sure.
Honor. Ms. Cologne, Mr. Simeon not having your address, why have you not had any contact with Mr. Simeon in the last 2 years, ma'am?
He never decides to call or text or anything.
Okay. Did the court have any place any limits on him being able to contact you in the last 2 years?
Yes, we had a protection order. He wasn't allowed to call, see, or come within a certain amount of feet within me or my daughter.
And has that protective order expired or is it still in place?
It is expired. It expired on January 30th.
Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I do pass.
Mr. Simeon, you have any questions for Ms. Colon?
No, sir.
Ms. Colon, what was the protective order based on?
His abuse, he beat me up pretty bad whenever we first had our daughter. He had a stolen firearm that he held in his backpack when I lived with him. He ignored our daughter for days when she was first born. He didn't look at her, talk to her, even try to come near her when she was born. So we ended up getting a protective order, and he blew up my phone where I couldn't even turn it on without him calling. I had 78 missed calls the day that I got my protective order.
Mr. Simeon, do you have any questions of Ms. Colon or anything to say?
No, sir.
All right, court finds it's best interest of this child that the father have possession and access held at the domestic relations office, geographical restriction to Harris and continuous counties. Fathers to pay court costs as billed, not later than what date, Miss Jeffries?
July 10th of 2021, Your Honor.
10/15,
July 10th.
July 10th, 2021. All right, you're excused. All other stipulations are